Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. If you're an IT engineer, a sysadmin, or a tech consultant, well, you are in exactly the right place, because today we're leveling up. We're going to be diving deep into a really fantastic playbook recently put out by EndpointWeekly. It's all about how to enable passkeys using Microsoft Authenticator in Microsoft 365. We're going to take you right through their guide, starting with the core security basics, and then working our way all the way up to advanced deployment and Intune configurations. So let's get right into it.
Okay, let me ask you a question, and I want you to be completely honest here. Are your users still relying on passwords? Because if they are, you're probably dealing with phishing, credential stuffing, and just an endless, soul-crushing queue of password reset tickets. It's an IT nightmare, right? We've all been there. But the good news is, today we're going to solve that by moving past passwords entirely.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've broken everything down into 5 key sections. We've got identity protection basics, admin security strategy, the setup guide, advanced configuration, and finally, the end user experience.
So, kicking things off with Section 1, Identity Protection Basics, or basically, why passwords are just totally broken.
The core piece of tech that makes this whole shift possible is asymmetric cryptography. Now, a passkey is essentially a FIDO2 credential that's built entirely on this concept. When your user registers a passkey, 2 keys are generated. The public key, that goes to the server, in our case, Entra ID. But the private key, that never ever leaves the user's device. It stays locked down tight inside the iOS Secure Enclave or the Android key store. Authentication only happens when the server issues a challenge that literally only that specific, hardware-bound private key can sign.
And honestly, this right here is exactly why passkeys win. First off, there is absolutely nothing transferable stored on the server. If a database gets breached, the attackers get nothing useful because the private key was never there to begin with. Second, and this is a real game changer, phishing becomes cryptographically impossible. The key is mathematically bound to the exact origin domain. A fake Microsoft login page simply cannot trigger a valid passkey authentication for login.microsoft.com. It just won't work. And third, zero password reuse. Every single key is unique per site and per device.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Admin Security Strategy, or we'll look at planning your actual rollout.
And this brilliantly illustrates the strategic choice you have as an admin. You can use Microsoft Authenticator app passkeys, or you can go with physical FIDO2 hardware keys, like YubiKeys. Now, both of these are highly phishing resistant, and they both support offline scenarios. But you really have to look at the cost and the scale here. Physical hardware keys, they can run you anywhere from 25 to 60 pounds per user. Plus, you actually have to physically distribute them. Microsoft Authenticator, on the other hand, just uses the employee's existing phone. That means it costs you $0 extra in hardware, and you can deploy it at a massive scale using just your standard Entra ID and Intune policies.
But as an admin, you really need to watch out for this critical gotcha from the EndpointWeekly guide. Authenticator passkeys are device-bound. So think about it. What happens when a user inevitably drops their iPhone in a lake and has to get a new one? Well, they have to re-register. If you don't enable a temporary access pass, or TAP, as a recovery path before you roll this whole thing out, your help desk is going to be completely overwhelmed with locked-out accounts. Trust me, TAP is your absolute lifeline here. So how exactly do we configure that lifeline? Well, 480. That is the magic number. When you're configuring the temporary access pass in Entra ID, the guide highly recommends setting the maximum lifetime to 480 minutes. That equates perfectly to an 8-hour working shift, which gives your user just enough time during their workday to get back into their account and re-register their new phone's passkey. But remember, security is all about layers, right? You have to be incredibly careful here. A temporary access pass basically bypasses MFA altogether, so if it's compromised, that's a massive risk. You absolutely must restrict TAP issuance strictly to the help desk administrator role. Seriously, do not let global admins generate these at will. And honestly, you should really consider gating that help desk admin role behind privileged identity management, or PIM, approvals, just to prevent any kind of credential abuse down the line.
Okay, Section 3, the passkey setup guide. This is our step-by-step implementation.
Here is your high-level roadmap. We're going to execute 4 specific steps today. First, we configure the Entra ID authentication methods policy. Second, we enable that temporary access pass we just talked about. Third, we push an app config via Intune. And finally, we just verify our success using PowerShell.
Step 1 happens right inside the Entra ID admin center. You're going to navigate to Protection, then Authentication Methods, and click on Passkey FIDO2. You want to enable this, but, and this is absolutely crucial, target a pilot group first. Please do not roll this out to all users on day 1. Just don't do it. Make sure you also allow self-service setup, and down at the very bottom of the config, be sure to explicitly toggle Microsoft Authenticator to on.
Now let's move over to the Intune side of things. You'll need to use an Intune app configuration policy to make sure the passkey registration isn't accidentally disabled by the user. But here's an amazing insider pro tip straight from the EndpointWeekly trenches. Deploy the Microsoft Authenticator app as a required app via Intune before you deploy the configuration policy. Seriously, if the app isn't physically installed on the device first, your Intune config policy is just going to fail, and it'll show up as not applicable in your compliance reports. Save yourself the headache.
All right, Section 4, Advanced Configuration and GPOs. We're navigating Windows Hello.
Now, as IT engineers, you're probably pretty used to managing device authenticators via group policy or Intune OMA-URI settings, which are also known as CSPs. For example, Windows Hello for Business uses specific CSP booleans, like setting Require Security Device to True, or using equivalent GPO paths under administrative templates. That's how we typically control if a Windows device can act as an authenticator.
But here is the big gotcha. And honestly, you need to burn this into your memory right now. GPO and CSP control Windows Hello for Business on the local Windows device. They do not control Microsoft Authenticator Passkeys. Entra ID alone controls the Authenticator app. So please, whatever you do, do not waste hours digging through local group policy objects, trying to figure out how to enable or disable Authenticator Passkeys. The whole shebang is handled tenant side over an Entra ID.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 5, End User Experience. We're talking adoption and daily use. Thankfully, the actual registration flow is incredibly smooth for the user. All your pilot group users have to do is visit aka.ms/mysecurityinfo. They just click Add Method, select Passkey, and then their phone will literally just prompt them. They approve it using their phone's native biometrics, and boom, the Passkey is registered in under 60 seconds. It is virtually frictionless. And their daily life? It gets even better. The very next time they go to sign in to Microsoft 365, instead of trying to remember some crazy, complex 16-character password, they just tap a notification on their phone. They look at their camera for Face ID, or they use their fingerprint. 0 passwords required. They're just in. It's so much faster for them, and obviously, it's infinitely more secure for you. So the crucial point here is actually making sure people use it. After about 48 to 72 hours, you're going to want to track that adoption. Just go back into EntraID, look under Authentication Methods, and check the Usage and Insights report. You can filter that by FIDO2 to see your daily registrations. But more importantly, you want to identify your holdouts. You know, the user's still clinging to their passwords or SMS texts. You can just export that list as a CSV and send them some targeted nudge emails with a direct link right back to that security info page. Which really leaves us with this final thought for today. If you were to pull up your own Entra ID usage report right now, what would it look like? How many legacy, totally phishable passwords are just sitting in your tenant at this very second? The playbook is literally right here in front of you. The tools are already included in your Microsoft 365 licensing. It is time to eliminate the biggest vulnerability in your network. So take this knowledge, go start your pilot group, and begin your passwordless migration today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy deploying.